Okay, so, I finally figured out how to get the conversations to work properly. So, it involves several different things. The first part is how to spawn it. For that, I use one of the, attributes, specifically the attribute for plot. So the way I have it set up is, when the main character enters a new world, the plot automatically goes to 1. So it's set up that when the location is equal to 1, so when she's in the second area, and the plot's equal to 1, so when she first enters it, it's supposed to spawn conversation A, right before the marker is where all the words are put up. It's scrollable, so it's always in the same place. Then the way I have it set up is that conversation A is down here. It's set up by having a series of individual attributes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and destroy, 1 for each text bubble that shows up. The text bubble, then it's set up at the bottom so that, like for example, whenever the text bubble is, whenever the attribute is on, so for example whenever 12 is on, it displays the 12th word set. So, it starts off actually with none of them on. But the way that's set up is so that, when the plot is 1, it's set to 1, everything else is set to false, which I don't actually need. But when the plot is 1 and 1 is false, it's set to change it so that 1 is true. When 1 and several other things are false, that is. It's set to change it so that 1 is true. That way, oh, actually those are needed because up until self equals 4, the plot is always going to be 1. So it needs to be set up so otherwise it would be that the minute I switched, the minute that it was no longer self 1, so when I did this, whenever the self 1 was true and the plot is equal to 1 and the return key is entered, it changes 1 to 2. Yeah, well the minute I did that, that would mean that if I only had self 1, if self 1 is false and plot equals 1, then when self 1 is turned off, it gets turned on again. Hence why I need to have these set up. Because that's the way that 1, 2, and 3, then at 3, they pause so that the character can walk a little bit. It's pause in the conversation. I didn't feel the need to add a whole other act before that, so I just set up so that when 3 is true, the return key is pressed and the plot is equal to 1. Change 3 to false, change plot to plot plus 1, hence why this rule up here works, because up until, actually, what I don't need is number 4, because after 4, by the time it gets to 4, the plot is no longer 1, it's 2. The key, then it also changes talking to false, and I've set it up as you've seen in previous videos, I've set it up so that the marker is set to destroy this actor, or rather, sorry, this actor is set to destroy itself. Whenever talking is false, this actor kills itself off. So that way this vanishes, the player has room to move again, and to start it up again, I have it set so that when plot equals 5, which is what it is by the time that I need the main character to start talking again, and then it's set up so that when talking is 5, plot equals 5, talking is set to true, so that's automatic. That's set up through a different series of command. It changes self 4 to true, and then of course it just continues on with 4, 5, up until 14, when 14 is true and the return key is entered, change talking to false, change plot to plot plus 1, and that's for different reasons, and change self-destroy to 2, and just for good measure, destroy this actor. And where I get the thing where the plot, where talking is turned on for 4, so as you can see here, talking is on, and talking is on by the time the plot equals 5. That's from this actor over here, who the whole purpose of turning it off is so that the main character can start moving again, can walk up to her. The main character then walks up to this person, because this person, the first few bubbles are just this person calling them over. It's set so that when that is false. When it overlaps with the main character, and when plot is equal to 4, then plot goes to plus 1, which is how it becomes 5 from 4, and talking is turned on. And that's about it.